I'll have to find it later. All right, so we picked up the GAN signal today. Got stopped out because I moved it in too tight to start with. What I should have waited for was the market to go up. My trigger finger got happy, and what I should have waited for is the market to come up through here and then sell off right in this area. So what I should have waited for is for it to run it first once it gets close to it, and then let it come up and then sell it back under. So this right there was the correct signal. This one here was incorrect. So that's where the human error comes in. So you want to sell it coming back down through the magic number. Hopefully that, I don't know if you can program that, Dennis, but that's how you program in the sell. So you let it run through it and then you catch it coming back through by a tick. So 6206 today. And what you want to do is catch it around 05 to 04 to 03. Since that's where it was today, I want to catch it within 3 ticks of where the magic number or the golden ratio number is. Oh, my apologies. There I go again. I'm talking and nobody can hear me and nobody can see. Demio, you gotta love Demio. Hey, so what I was saying, and let me say this again here so you didn't hear me. So here's your high volume bar, right? This is the highest volume bar of the session. It's going to take a lot of power to get above that now. And if it does, it does. So we want to hold this pretty much for the rest of the day now. So now we know it ran its golden ratio number. The golden ratio number today of the square of 9 is 6206. So a lot of times when you run it, especially on the long side, it could be a selling point. But what you want to do with the golden ratio number when it's in play, so in other words, the golden ratio number today was 6206. What you want to do is have it run through it. Where my mistake was is I came over here and I got a trigger finger and I pushed a button and that was stupid. So you let it run through it and you catch it coming back here. So this is the correct entry. That's what I was trying to say. So 06 is the golden ratio and you let it run through it when it goes up, and when it comes back under, your goal is to catch it between 05, like today, 05 to 04 to 03. That's where you want to try. That's where you want to try to catch it. You want to try to catch it within 3 ticks of the golden ratio number coming through it, coming back down through it. It works best on the short side. Most of my work has been on the short side. I don't know if you can program that in, but there's something fascinating for you. All right, so the high is 6211 now. So let's plug that son of a gun in. It went almost up 6p. 6211 high. 6187 is 1. So right there is 1p from the high. 6211, 6187. The next down target is 6163. That puts it down to pivot. So what I want out of this trade is I want 10 ticks right now. Remember the prior break point was 94. That was pivot of yesterday, roughly. By the way, I caught this on the positional side trade. That's why I was silent. That's how much faith and confidence I have in it. So I'm short again on positional. That's how much study I've done into GAN over the years. Just so you know. What I'm risking on the GAN side is the high of the day. I might. I don't know if I'm going to risk anything more than that. I might just keep it at a break even today. Where's this failure line at? Let's measure that, and we'll use that for our break. All right, so that's what I don't want to see it get above now. Hold on, I need to fix my trade on this side. Oh well, that'll be a big whopping 4-tick gain if I catch it. It comes back. I want to see it push to pivot at minimum right now. Anything below that is just not worth anything. All right, so 66 coming to here is 82. We can hold at 92 now. Call it 91. Our target is our GAN 45-degree angle at 60.47. So these jerkheads decided to trade this son of a gun all the way up and through. Then we see highest volume bar. So what we know about it is the shorts were interested, but they were interested at a lot higher than I thought they were going to be. But hey, this is where I started seeing things. I was like, what the hell? Why is there a high volume bar at that level? And what I found, Dennis, is that it started coinciding with when it's in play, obviously, around that GAN golden ratio number. Sorry, man. Sorry. Thanks for letting me know. So what I noticed about this, Dennis, by the way, if you wanted to program it, I'd love to see it in action. Just this thing in itself would be really cool to see. What I used to notice is, why would there be a high volume bar spike? And just like, it kind of makes sense today because, it busted the high and whatnot. But just to bust the high should only be like right in here. It shouldn't have been that great. But to show this kind of volume bar, so what I call extreme, anything above 2,500 is what I call extreme or blow off volume. Can be considered both. But when you see it, I've got one eye on the market, 61.74 right now. But when you see it, it usually can signify a top. But then when you see it around the golden ratio number, so the GAN square of 9 is how he used it. And you can, and the cipher is writing, it looks like to me he studied Nikola Tesla. there's not a lot of writing up on it, but I believe that Gann studied Tesla. And Tesla did a whole bunch of study on the golden ratio number. And the golden ratio number, if you're not familiar with it, is that Fibonacci sequence, right? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 11, and so forth and so on. And what it does is it makes a spiral, right? And you see this over and over in nature. So there's a lot of concept behind this, but that's the dirty, nit and gritty dirty of it. Does that make sense, Dennis? So think about, you got the Fibonacci's numbers, right? So you have your Fibonacci 50%, blah, blah, blah. And then you have your square of 9 that Gann deciphered and did that square of 9, right? He started here, and I think it starts up here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's how he works his square of 9, like this. And it just keeps going like this. And what does that mimic? It mimics the Fibonacci sequence that does this. And Tesla talked about it, and obviously Tesla learned it from someone else. But this is, and a lot of people talk about this being the God, what's that called? The God principle or something like that, or intelligent design, the ID people. So there's a lot of shit into this, right? Is what I'm getting at. Oh, I've seen that before. The PBS study. Oh, no, I didn't see this one. You got the hair wave going in there too, man. Oh, wow. That's pretty freaking, that's funny, man. That needs to be, that's a good meme right there, man. Actually, that's some coolness with that. Galaxies in his head. No. Now, we have not officially run a 2P target. Now, whether this works or not is irrelevant. If the powers to be want to run it, they will. But you can be safe to say that you could hold this one, and if it takes you out now, then the movement is a lot stronger on the upside. You might think of that as esoteric. I look at it as intelligent design. Gann went off the deep end on it, but hey, it is what it is. See, there's 136 at 85. Be interesting to see if they can hold it out right there, and you can see 84, 90 at 84. But no real big numbers yet. As far as movement goes with it, we didn't penetrate two things right now. We haven't penetrated the pivot point, nor have we penetrated the prior higher volume bar that we had, the BBV. I would tell you anything above 1K is what I usually look at, with the exception of what I call the 5. And that the 5 can be within usually less than 5 minute time frame. You see 5 bars above 500. Usually it comes in 2 minutes or less. You'll see 5 volume bars in there within the 2 minute range. You'll see 5 of them all above 500 in volume. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go back through all that stuff. Most of my stuff is just on the fly stuff that I've learned over the years. Those trade logs are pretty hard to get to, by the way, after they've redesigned their website. I don't know. I'd be curious to see if they, meaning Top Step Trader, could get that data for you. But I'd have to look into it, Dennis. All right. It's kind of, I've learned as time moves on too, though, and got more confident about trading, especially stuff like the golden ratio. It took me a while to get confident with it. So that's only started been applying, I would think, over the last maybe year or two in day trading. It's not really beneficial. Because it's all online. These charts aren't easy to print, believe it or not. The way they have everything set up, they're not conducive to print. So I don't know. That's a good question. I never really thought about getting a trade log from, if they could get it to me. I always look at the bottom line. How am I doing? But I think something like the square of 9 golden ratio and its counterparts. I think this is 8 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To me, it's like a chess game. You have your 64 squares of a chess game. And how often do you run a 360-degree day? Not very often. So a 360-degree day today would put the market at 57.78 today. And that would be based upon the open, roughly, of 60.86. I believe that's how this is all works off of the open. Curious where I put that son of a gun at now. It says it's at T18.2. All right. Where to? There's your formula if you want it. Square root C23, and then up and down square root. Yeah, my spreadsheet, I've just added things over the years that I kind of started seeing. I got okay with programming it in Excel. Still haven't done anything here. I'd like to see it. If the powers to be want to run this today, there's nothing to stop the downside onslaught. But if they don't want to run it, the out point is where I got it right now. I'm going to go with 83 plus 5 though. That'll be 88. Don't like being on even numbers, so we'll go 89. Well, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to trade no program till I saw it in operation. Let it do its million trades, right? All right. So what is this? That's six. No, 63 is 2, right? 63. Add 61. Okay, so 63 is a 2p down move. Underneath that is 38. We have not been 3 on the down today, so that'll be interesting to see if we can reach a 3p down. Now that's based upon the high at 62.11. basically to it, not through it yet. So honestly, what I want to see this time around is when it does reach pivot, it reaches down to here at minimum. So like a knife through, I always get my sayings wrong, but like a knife through hot butter, seeing it breach and come through. To it, not through it. It's kind of what happened last time if you think about it. All we did last time is go down 2 and come up. So I'll be curious to see if that holds today or not. Last time we went down 2 and came up. You can see that reflected. The low as we went, 44. 47. And that's where I got out. Okay, now I'm confused. Doesn't take me much to be confused though. Oh, here's the low, 38. Thought I marked it. Oh, there it is. There's your 2P run. Oh, it didn't make 3. That's right. 3 would have been, what was 3 going to be? 3 was going to be 39. So it did go 2. It didn't go 3. There we go. Or did it go 3? 39? It was 47. It was, no, it's 27. It needed to come down to 27. 61.27. So if I come to here and come down, I should see, there it is. So 61.27 was where that was set at to start with. No, my data feed is never down. Oh, I don't have all that stuff. Yeah, Demio is. I think the problem with Demio is the actual Netgear product itself, and that they need to work out a bug with Netgear and their own platform. It's probably why they gave me a free month anyway. I went. They said it was a concept called packet loss. So I followed all like last week when I was not trading as actively. I went through all their suggestions, including clearing out, do this, do that. I went through and I went through the recommended places they said. So obviously, it's an issue that they have with other people, and I'm not willing to spend. The other option is to hook my gaming computer up. We're at 53 now, by the way. We broke through here. So we don't want to see pivot now again. So that's the concept they told me at Demio that I'm having, but I don't lose my internet connection. $77 plus 10. We're going to go over here. 82 is 87. What do we not want to see? I really don't want to see 83 or anywhere near there. Remember our 3P target again that we're hunting for is 38 right now. We weren't able to reach 38 last time, our 3P down. You can see the buys trying to support this right now. We'll see if they have enough strength. I think the fork's in right now. And the air's out of the bag. We're coming down. Be interesting to see how far we go above pivot, though. If we come above pivot at all. All right, I really don't want to see 81 now. For this lower high pattern to hold, we really don't, we need not come to here. Now, I do believe trend lines are made to be broken. So to break it is not a problem, but to come all the way back up here is. Bye, baby.
Love you.
Love you too.
What do you have scheduled for today? Inspections? Just
Oil change. Tires rotated.
Inspections.
You don't, no, your
No.
car is in
Just
October.
oil change. Okay. Thank you. Just thank you.
Bye, hon. Whoa, that's a lot of reading there. Oh, come on, you bastard. All right, let's think here. We have 20 ticks at 85. So let's hold 84. That'll be 21. 83. All right, so we'll hold 83. This jerkhead's going to come all the way back again, isn't it? All right, hopefully that is as high as it gets right there. 78 plus 5 is 83, so we'll hold where we are at. We are going to come off the Gann number of 45 degree, and we're going to move to a 6p move, which would put it at 67. So coming down to the low. So yeah, if this is going to move, Dennis, there'll be a lot more to it than this. Will be the high, and we'll break down through here now. If this is meant to happen, what you'll see is this break down through here. And then I'll be able to protect the pivot line the next time down through here. So I'll be able to protect down through here. What you have to do is give it, unfortunately, I don't know how else to do it, but you got to give it one of these stupid up bar ticks. And then hopefully your lower high pattern will hold. So right now, what we know is here's your lower high, here's your lower high, and we want to see this hold now. So I want to see it when it does break down and come back, I want to see that hold next. So at this point in time, if it breaks the lower high pattern, it means that would come up through here, and then it breaks your lower high pattern, because we have a lower high pattern on right now. Oh, okay. But that's why I use it. This is the hardest part about my trading, is that I will get a lot of these 20 tick wins when I'm really looking for 100 plus on a day like today because of the ADR. We have to look at the ADR, right? It's at 20. That's not asking a lot of the market to go 120 ticks. So what I'm looking for is the market to run roughly 60.90 to 60.66 right now. So that's what I'm asking the market to do. And that's not asking a lot of a market that wants to run. So if we run down to the low, I'll be protecting 60.90. What? Can't do it right now, baby. Take it with you.
I popped it in and I can't.
I cannot do it right now. If this trade pulls me in, I guess it's a good. The only way to be able to it is you have that second contract on. It takes that profit around what around a 2p target. But like I talked about in TST, it doesn't make sense because you run against that 40 tick stop loss really quick. 50 ticks, and you lose your combine, your funded account. You lose everything. And like I talked about in my, I'm not willing to give Top Step Trader any more than 150 a month, plus a reset. Oh, it's so frustrating when that screen keeps going off. Yeah, it's been able to fight the short off all day today. With this uptick, what I'll be looking for if we survive this is 60.90 now. Let's call it 60.91. Boy, look at that bullshit. It's able to fight it off again. All right, that got within one tick of stopping us out. We're going to move to 84. We'll use the prairie dog that I like to use, just in case it comes up a tick higher. It got within one tick of knocking us out. We'll use 84, and that's our stop. A prairie dog. That's just the terminology that I use when the market just about takes me out within a tick right here. And then I'll move up one tick higher than where that came from to force it to come a little higher to knock me out on a winning trade. So just in case this trade here goes to 83 and then sells off. So if, in other words, it doesn't work an awful lot, but I'm seeing if this 82 is really truly the top or not of this move. But this looks pretty strong coming off this right here. So that'll get us 21 ticks plus 15 more for 5 today. It's not too bad. I guess I could have had a $1,000 day if I took 50 ticks out at a pop. Really looking for the bigger, deeper run though. Didn't even see that get hit, but it hit it. All right, they didn't want to play today. So I guess I could have had $1,000, right? 50 and 50. If I would have known that that's all they wanted to do, then obviously I would have taken profit at the bottom low. But I did not know that going into it. I mean, who's to tell you that that was the low to start with right there? Really? There was no indication, in my opinion, that that was the low. So they're able to fight off. So the other side of this is that we have a higher low pattern on too. So both sides are playing really tough right now. So you have 38 right here. Did it get lower than this? 44. So we have 3 points of contact on the down right now. 61.50, 61.44, 61.30. Look at that son of a gun move all the way up. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm not. I got 5 trades plus 36 ticks. I'm good. So here's what we know happened. Let's get rid of a lot of the detail now. Maybe it can be reflected here, right? So what we see happening today until right now is that the stronger of the pattern today was the higher low. And you don't know that coming into a trading day that had went down like all that, and then 50% being that level right there. So the Fibonacci number at 50%, you can say now we're at 3 times up here, right? So it probably comes down a little bit and then breaks through. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see something like that today. So what you'll see, let me move this over right edge. So what we're seeing one, two, three, maybe a retracement back into this range again. And then the next time it breaks it and comes up here somewhere. This could be how the trade day finishes up today. Be curious to see how it finishes up. I'm done. I am DONE. So there's 2 trades on the table that were worth about 50 ticks a pop. So a possible maximum profit around 100 ticks, and I pulled out 36 of it. It's not too bad. It's not too good. I guess I should have had around 50 if I would have played it right today. Get about half of that, and that's pretty standard for me. about the only way I know how to capture more profit is if you trade an extra contract. Like I said, it's not really conducive, and even on the 50K account, it's not really conducive to add that second contract because of a thing they call weekly loss. Yeah, you have $1,000 max daily loss, but where they kick your ass about on the 50K account is a thing called trailing weekly loss, and you only have 1,000 weekly loss. So it's not beneficial to trade two contracts in either the 30K or the 50K because of it, because of the 1K weekly loss. So that, for instance, you have two trades, you're taking two contracts on, and I've done this before, and you lose 75 ticks in one day. What you and on in reality, all you have is 25 ticks for the rest of the week against what ends up being a bullshit thing with the weekly loss. And this comes back to they don't want traders to lose 2K in a week. And you can look back pretty much at all of even I think I forget the 150K account they call it. There's a weekly loss to that too. And but what their program shows, I think it's like $375 a month for that. So they're willing to bankroll you because of that dollar amount. Oh, exactly. Extremely tough. So what I ended up coming to a conclusion is that you can only trade one contract. And if I'm only going to trade one contract, then I might as well be at the 30K account, because I'm not willing to give them $300 a month. I'm willing to give them 150 and a reset around 250 a month, rolling 30 days. And 250 is still underneath, I think it's 325 for the 100K. So if I had a reset on this one, which maybe it makes sense, but you have a higher profit target to hit. So how they screw you is the profit targets, right? So it's not an easy game to play. And people that don't know much will say a lot of crap, especially on YouTube. They don't understand the risk against all their rules. Let's face it, it's designed, their program's designed for people that do what? Lose money, which their statistics out there, they'll tell you 90% lose. So they've got what I would call a cash cow, right? That produces 150 recurring income against people to up to what was it, 375 on the other one? And they're making so much money now that they have a thing called a pro account. Here's where the money is. This is what my brother says. Why don't we just make this and get traders to come trade? So they have a pro account that is now live simulated, and they'll make that real money to open up a real futures account for $5,000 for you. So they're making so much money now that they have a new thing called a pro account that they can fund based upon all these people paying this fee. That should tell you something in itself, right? All right, so let me stop this video. It's long enough today.